lover pursuing his beloved, not giving up. Amen. Atia, could you turn this mic, the leg turn down a little bit? That might be too loud. Can I have some of your water, please? Hello. Hello. Hi, everybody. My name is Sean, and I'm the sinner.
Hi, Sean.
You guys are getting good at this. I think you can do a little better. Hi, everybody. My name is Sean, and I'm a sinner.
Hi, Sean.
See, I feel so much better. Thank you for welcoming that confession. I'll have some of the water. Thank you. Wow. Excuse me. Thank you. All right. So we're in this series called Followers of the Way. Is that good? Yes. Followers of the Way. And we're learning together how to live as disciples, as followers, as learners of Jesus. Okay? And the whole idea is based on the promise of Jesus that he brings power to transform lives, our lives, and anybody who's willing to accept this life. But what we need is an accessible, concrete, non-legalistic, tangible way of life, and not just a random board of devotional activities, and not something that is unintentional. We need a way in order to experience that kind of change that, and learning it step by step. And that's what we've been doing for the last now. This is the 4th week, okay? And the first step, if you remember, was give up. Give up. You're allowed to answer, by the way. Surrender my life, surrender my will to the care of God. And the next step was think up. That's what happens, by the way. 5 minutes after you leave the church, you forget the sermon, unless you start practicing it. Have the constant flow of thoughts in my mind renewed by especially engaging in Scripture regularly. And so what we said for that week was read the Bible. Yeah, read the Bible. And then the third step is to look up. Look up. Stop living in prayerless striving and ask God to give me the knowledge of his will and the power to carry it out, to live it out in every moment. Now, here's the deal. Each of these steps is something that I can do on my own. Just me and God. Yeah? Give up, think up, look up. I can do these things on my own. But now this weekend, step 4 takes us from me to we. Okay? I cannot grow spiritually all by myself. Nobody can. There's an old saying in the AA, I've been doing a lot of reading over the last few years about how the AA works and some of their readings and values. But one old saying from the AA says, we can get drunk on our own, but we get sober together. Okay? I can sin on my own, I get healed by God together in community. That's how it works. And we're going to be learning spiritual steps arranged around up, in, and out. 3 ups. We've already done the 3 ups. And then we're doing the 3 ins for the next 3 weeks, followed by 3 outs. Okay? Do you understand? You get an idea of where we're going? Because we're going to use that structure around here for this series. Step 4 is love in. Okay? I get into a community of people who I can love. And these practices that I'm doing on my own, which is surrender, learning from Scripture, and prayer, all of those things that I'm doing on my own, I begin to do also with other people. Yeah? We enter into what might be called the shared life. In child development, some of you may know this already, there's a stage where little kids engage in what is called parallel play. Anybody ever hear of that? Okay, if you're a parent, I'm sure you know that. And this is the capacity the capacity for this often begins when you're about 2 or 3 years old and you're put into a room with another 2 or 3-year-old, and their bodies are right next to each other, but they cannot really interact or cooperate, so they're not really playing together. They're playing separately, but in the same space. And parallel play is considered an early, inevitable step in a child's development. It is characterized by egocentric behavior and the inability to decenter. Interestingly, or to put someone else first. In parallel play, you don't have to share your toys, okay? In parallel play, you're free to do whatever you want. Now, how long the stage lasts depends on culture and geography, but the truth is, you and me, are made for each other. Nudge someone, or point to someone and say, we are made for us. This community, we're made for each other. We need each other. Hey? We need each other. We cannot grow or heal or become holy without it, guys. And spiritually, it's not a parallel deal that we do side by side in the same space, but not including each other and not involved in each other's lives. It's not something that is just between me and God. Now, there's a word in the Bible for this. And it's a great word. And I promise you, you're going to be incredibly underwhelmed by this word, okay? And that word is fellowship. Fellowship. You rarely hear that word outside of church circles, okay? It's become a cliche, yeah? I can see the lack of overwhelm when I mention that word, okay? You really hear it. It conjures up the idea of having churchy small talk with churchy snacks in a churchy setting. Yeah? Okay? But in the early church, it was the opposite. It was the opposite. In the early church, they had such a profound experience of honest, reconciled, barrier-transcending life together that they had to find a word to describe it, and they adopted a little used Greek word called koinonia. Okay? They needed a way to describe this radical kind of sharing and participation and communion and generosity and identifying with, which meant you became a part of this family unlike any other human community, and you were never alone. You ever feel alone sometimes? Well, God's design is that you don't have to feel alone or be alone. And so He created this community called the church. And when someone goes through heartbreak or loss, and people, without being asked, bombard that person with food and caring and meals and visits and gifts and errands getting run and help being given, that is koinonia, guys. Say it after me. Koinonia. Koinonia. That is koinonia. That's the church. Or what about need? Okay? Need. When somebody is without a job. Or without